in the MTN8 semi-finals, the defending champions Orlando Pirates will be looking to advance to a fourth consecutive final, but they have to first beat the league defending champions in Mamelodi Sundowns at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium in Atteridgeville. Meanwhile, in the other semi-final, Stellenbosch FC, they have a 2-goal advantage. They'll be away to Sekhukhune United out at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. Now, to talk all things MTN8 and to dissect what the expectations are ahead of today's semi-final clashes, we are joined by SABC Sport Senior Sport reporter Velile Mnyandu. A good morning to you, Velile. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's a very interesting time in the world of football, particularly when you look at what has been said in the media over the past couple of days, particularly with regards to Mamelodi Sundowns. It's the things being said around Lucas Costa. You have talks around Kolisa Mudawu. You have talks around Letlaku. How does that affect Masanda Wana ahead of getting into the semi-final clash?
Yeah, morning V. I think it's been a messy week of legal issues, especially around Sundowns and some of its players, in particular Lucas Costa, coming with an issue that is taken to the FIFA tribunal, where he's declaring himself a free agent, saying that he's left the club already. Then you have Kolisa Mudawu, who's still not training with Sundowns or playing for Sundowns as things stand, but surprisingly he was part of Coach Hugo Broos's preliminary squad for Bafana. So all those things, they come and they cloud the situation at Sundowns, and you could see the coach during the week in the press conference. He was at pains trying to just not really ignore the questions from the media, but mask the problems that are at the club. But be that as it may, we still saw a Sundowns that was professional, that has delivered a good result midweek against Magesi to win 2-0, and we saw someone like Peter Mokaba scoring a very important goal that takes him to 129 goals, just a goal away from becoming an all-time leading goal scorer in South Africa, now having equaled Belolom Vete's 129th goal. So I still see a strong Sundowns that will take on Orlando Pirates today, but it is not going to be easy.
Not going to be easy at all, and perhaps, Velile, we can speak to what it looks like coming into this first semi-final clash. And of course, for our viewers watching at home right now, you can catch that one live on SABC 1 this afternoon at 3 p.m. You have an Orlando Pirates side, defending champions, want to make sure that they lift the MTN8 trophy for a fourth time in a row. And you look at last week's first leg semi-final clash, where it really looked like a game of two halves for the two sides. 1-1, they go into the second leg. What are your expectations in terms of how it's going to play out on the field of play?
Yeah, look, the Buccaneers, I feel that they are finding their rhythm now. And I think what is important was also for the coach to start to revisit this team in terms of the core starting lineup from last season. We can see now he is building up or warming up to that core starting lineup from last season. But I think for me, what is important with this Orlando Pirates is how they also integrate the new players. And there's a player who's really not needed a lot of attention in terms of trying to warm himself up to the Bucks faithful, and that is Kamohelo Sbilibili. Scored 2 goals in the last 2 matches. Multifunctional player. Whether the coach puts him at right wing back or he starts in the right wing position, he's there. And with the absence of,
he said in that post-match interview, just put him on the right. Just put me on the right, and I'm fine.
Right, and you know. And then credit must go to institutions like the Shumba Academy, Atteridgeville, and also Abo Innocent Chikoya, before he was taken up by Tears Galaxy, because these are the guys who've played a big role in coming up with players like this and training them at the lower level. But having said that, I must say that I think Orlando Pirates is coming to Lucas Masterpieces Stadium this afternoon, a very different team, yeah, it's not going to be easy at all.
It's a Mamelodi Sundowns side that is unbeaten so far since we started the league, from the MTN8 to the Betway Premiership, at home at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. Velile, give me your thoughts in terms of who between these two sides will be in the final.
Yeah, no, this is the part of the interview that I don't like. Yeah, no, I think when it comes to today's game, yeah, no, I know that Orlando Pirates doesn't have. Okay, I know that Sundowns doesn't have does have a crucial away goal, but I still see Pirates going through.
You see Pirates going through to try and defend their title. And then we look at the second semi-final, that one 6 p.m. this evening, live on SABC2. Let's talk to a Stellenbosch FC side that comes into the second leg with that 2-0 advantage against Sekhukhune United. How does that affect how they will apply themselves, Coach Steve Barker's side, in the clash against Sekhukhune this evening?
Not having an away goal is a problem, you know. Not having an away goal is a problem for Sekhukhune United, and I think this is really going to test their results here. I just feel that it's a huge advantage for Stellenbosch coming to this game, and Stellenbosch because Sekhukhune must come out and attack, you know, and to attack also means that they have to open up, you know, and we know that Stellenbosch are very good when it comes to transitions. I mean, the man that we've got there in the picture, David Titus, he thrives in those moments. I mean, you saw the second goal last week. You know, it was just one move from them at the back, and they pounced. You know, so I really feel that I do see Stell is losing tonight, but I also see them scoring an away goal, and I think that away goal could just be enough for them to seal the passage to the second final in a row.
All right, so basically, based on what Velile Mnyandu is saying right now, is that he's foreseeing a repeat of last season's final in terms of the MTN8, that it will be Orlando Pirates that will be taking on Stellenbosch FC. We do know that the Buccaneers won that final by 3-1, but still a lot to play for. This afternoon, 3 p.m., Orlando Pirates taking on Mamelodi Sundowns, and of course, it's Sekhukhune United. He speaks about them having to come out on the attack. We know they've got those attacking players. They've got the likes of your Bradley Grobler, evergreen when he's not injured. They've got a Gileto Makhalwa. They've got a Linda Mtambo, the captain, that can lead really the team from the front, and the new signings in the likes of your Miguel team. So it will really be interesting to see how that team will come up against Coach Steve Barker's side that has your Andre de Jong, your Devin Titus, and of course a Sage Stevens out in goals for them. I think it may be a little bit of a battle of the goalkeepers.